What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another worst to best video for today. This one, we're going to be doing the worst to best episodes of the infamous, very iconic The Walking Dead Season 5.
We silence the whispers.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be doing the worst to best episodes of The Walking Dead Season 5. So, this one's going to be, doing the worst to best episodes of this season, guys. I love Season 5. This is an amazing season, and even though I do have my gripes with it, as, really every Walking Dead season has, its problems, but, Season 5 definitely has a particular, storyline that I'm not a big fan of, but I still love this season. I still love the cast of characters that we have this season, and we got Rick, we got Glenn, we got Abraham, we just got so many characters this season that it's an amazing season, and it's a really fun season to kind of go back and watch. So yeah, alright, so starting off with number 16, I'm sure you guys know what it is, because you guys know I'm not a Beth fan, and if they ever had an episode focused just on Beth, you guys know it'd be my least favorite. And not only is this my least favorite episode of the season, it's my least favorite episode of the series. Season 5, Episode 4, Slaptown. So, I could not stand this episode. First of all, cut out the bottle crap, bottle episode crap. Honestly, I do not like that at all. I find that to be really, really annoying, how they have this whole episode of just Beth at the hospital, and just her, and just, the hospital as a, and it's not even just that, okay? Like, I don't like Beth as a character, that we know, but the other thing I don't like is just the hospital and the location and the group themselves. Dawn as a villain does not work for me. The characters in the episode, it just doesn't work well. It really, really doesn't, and it has to be my number 16 spot. Number 15 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 5, Self-Help. So, this is a really exciting episode. I really like it a lot. We have the flashbacks with Abraham in this one, as well as the reveal that Eugene does not have the cure. And man, Eugene gets, knocked down. Come on. That scene is still just crazy to me. And, honestly, I love Abraham in this episode. I love the kind of the back and forth, the arguing, with the group. And even though I kind of wish that this episode, and that is my one gripe, I wish, again, this wasn't such a bottle episode. I wish we would have seen a little bit of Rick and them at the church, or maybe a bit of Carol and Daryl, or, I don't know, something. I just really wish that this episode would have had more. But I still liked it for what it had, showing Abraham's, backstory a little bit, and kind of, the death of his family and stuff. I still thought it was a really good episode overall. So yeah, that's going to be number 15. Number 14 is going to be Season 5, Episode 9, What Happened and What's Going On. I like this episode. I know not everybody does. I do. I don't agree with the way they killed off Tyrese, but at the same time, I feel like they kind of wanted to just get rid of that character, altogether, because he just didn't turn out as good as Tyrese in the comic. It's really just that simple, and I really did like David Morrissey coming back, and Martin, and, a bunch of others. So I appreciate this episode, and I do like it, even though I do have my problems with it, which I could go more into, but I'm not going to really bore you with the details. But yeah, number 14, Season 5, Episode 9. Number 13 is going to be Season 5, Episode 10, Them. So, this episode is really slow, but it's actually really good still. I really do like this episode. I think this episode, is very underrated, to be honest, because I think that people just look at this episode and they're like, oh, it's so boring and slow, but honestly, yeah, you could argue that for sure. I'm not going to disagree with you, but I actually really like what it does for the characters, because it really shows them at their weakest point, and, they show the reality behind it. They're not just going to be killing zombies all the time and doing all this stuff, so I can actually admire this episode a lot, and I can honestly say I really respect this episode a lot, because we saw something different. That's the thing. We saw something different for our group, and I enjoyed it. And then Aaron, of course, shows up at the end, and that leads into Alexandria, of course. So, really, really cool stuff, and I love this episode. I really do. I think it's really, really good. Number 13, Them. Coming in at number 12 is going to be Season 5, Episode 6, Consumed. So, this is the episode with Carol and Daryl. I really like this episode a lot. I think it had a lot of great stuff about it. Like I said, I don't like the Grady Memorial stuff, but I really do appreciate Daryl and Carol in this episode, and kind of their dialogue back and forth I thought was good. The van drop is definitely an issue in this episode. that's for sure. So I can't put it too high on the list, but I really did enjoy seeing Atlanta again, and I really enjoyed seeing kind of, Daryl, Carol, and kind of them looking for Beth. And like I said, even though I don't really care if they find her or not, I really do, appreciate what they did with those two characters in this episode. I thought it was really good. Number 11 is going to be season 5, episode 7, Crossed. Now this episode is really good. This is like a build up to the mid-season finale, basically, and I really do think that this episode is exciting. Now, I don't like the stuff with Beth at the hospital, because we did see a bit of that, but I really do like when they capture the cops. And we also get to see in this episode, Sasha be knocked out, Abraham and him, and kind of, what happened after episode 5. And also, now, one part that was definitely filler in this episode a little bit was them looking for water and stuff, Glenn and them. I didn't really care too much for to even go back and rewatch some of that stuff, but it was still good, because that's kind of the scene where he, asks Rosita, are you in, are you, wherever we wind up, that type of thing. So I still like this episode a little bit for what it is. So yeah, and then number 10 is going to be the actual mid-season finale itself, season 5, episode 8, Coda. I do think this is a disappointing mid-season finale, and that's why, this mid-season finale is only going to get the number 10 spot, when usually mid-season finales, even like for season 4's, case, it's the number 1 spot. I don't think the season 5 mid-season finale had the same impact as the season 4 mid-season finale. Like, absolutely not. But it was still really good. Beth's death, even though I don't, like the Beth character, the death itself I thought was well done, and it was really emotional still. Did I cry? No, because I don't miss the character, but I really do like, how it was done. Maggie's reaction was really good, really well done, and I do like the little Morgan, part at the end as well, and Rick killing Officer Bob Lamson, which I thought was really cool. He just tells him to shut up. It's like, oh my goodness, man. That is season 5 Rick. That is my favorite Rick right there. I like Rick when he's just like full like crazy mode, to be honest. Maybe not like season 8 crazy mode, but at least season 5 crazy mode, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, but yeah, definitely. Number 10, season 5, episode 8, Coda. A little disappointing mid-season finale, but yeah, still number 10 spot on the list. Coming in at number 9 is going to be season 5, episode 13, Forget. So, this is the episode where we get to see our characters, they've kind of, they're starting to adjust to Alexandria a little bit. We have the party, we have Daryl and Aaron, and kind of the beginning of Daryl being like a recruiter for Alexandria, and Rick and Jesse, and kind of the beginning of the, the whole Peter thing as well. So it's a really good episode. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, Carol scaring the living crap out of Sam, which I thought was hilarious. So, yeah, this episode had a lot. I really enjoyed this episode a lot. And actually, shockingly, yes, I actually do think this is better than the actual mid-season finale. I had a lot of fun with episode 13 of season 5, that's for sure. So, number 8 is going to be season 5, episode 2, Strangers. This episode was absolutely it was horrifying at the end, with Bob and the leg and everything like that, and then it was exciting at the food bank. We had the introduction to Gabriel in this episode, and we also had the beginning of Daryl and Carol kind of trying to find Beth. So it was a really good episode, and it was such a great follow-up to the premiere. I know a lot of people said this episode was slow. I highly disagree with that, to be honest. I highly disagree. Number 7 is going to be season 5, episode 15, Try. This episode, guys, was insane. We had Rick, of course, and Peter in the fight in the middle of the street. We had Michonne, who, knocked him out, of course, and we also have Sasha, who's out there, and she's kind of losing it a little bit, and, yeah, I just thought it was a really good episode, and it just kind of all goes crazy by the end of the episode, so yeah, definitely. Number 6 is going to be season 5, episode 12, Remember. This episode was incredible, because this episode was the introduction to the Alexandria community. We had Rick, and, of course, he shaves the infamous Rick Grimes beard, as well as the characters kind of settling into Alexandria. We had the introduction to Deanna with the interview, of course, which is really cool. They all kind of start getting jobs, and and I love, I'm still trying to figure Mr. Dixon out, but I will, I love that. I don't know why. I really like that, and I really like just the feel of this episode as they are kind of joining Alexandria. We also have Aiden in this episode, and Glenn. I love when Glenn just, ducks and then punches him, gives him one good punch, I thought that was really good, and yeah, it was an awesome episode. It really was. It was a great kind of beginning, type episode for the Alexandria Safe Zone, for sure. So yeah, definitely episode 12, number 6. Coming to number 5 is going to be season 5, episode 14, Spends. So this episode was another one of those episodes in Walking Dead when we actually get a double character death. We had the death of Aiden, and we had the death of Noah. And, I mean, honestly, both were kind of gruesome. You could argue one's, more brutal than the other, but they were both horrible. I mean, honestly, and I mean, I don't know. Even though Noah's death is the one we care about more, they were both really, really gruesome for sure. But yeah, specifically Noah, especially because Glenn had to watch and all that kind of stuff. And then we also have Abraham, who saves Francine in this episode, which I thought was really cool, taking over the construction, group. And yeah, I thought this was a great episode. And we have Carol saying that, Rick, you're going to have to kill Peter, which I just thought was, absolutely amazing. So yeah, number 4 is going to be season 5, episode 11, The Distance. This is the episode where they travel to Alexandria. We have Rick, who doesn't really trust Aaron too much. We have the awesome car scene when they're driving through and there's like zombies all through the road, which I thought was honestly really, really good. And we have a really happy ending with our characters arriving at Alexandria, and for once they actually hear kids playing, which I thought was really cool to see. So this episode was a really great episode, especially at the end when they actually find Alexandria. I thought that was really cool. Number 3 is going to be season 5, episode 16, Conquer. Guys, 90-minute, amazing, fantastic, jam-packed finale. We had Morgan, of course, returning. We had, the death of Peter, the death of Reg, the death of, the two of those characters and what it does for the series leading into season 6, as well as Glenn getting shot by Nicholas, which, even though I don't like Nicholas, this definitely was an exciting scene. And I'll have to admit, I actually did think for a second there, the first time watching this episode, that Glenn was going to die. I actually did, because I was like, this is a finale. He said, I love you to Maggie just before. Like, I really actually did think, they got me in this episode. I actually did think Nicholas was going to kill Glenn. I'm very, very happy to see that obviously that didn't happen. But it definitely did get me the first time watching it, that's for sure. So, really, really great episode all around there. I absolutely loved that one. Number 2 is going to be season 5, episode 3, Four Walls and a Roof. This episode, I mean, even though the Hunters and the group, overall, Gareth and them, they didn't last as long as probably, they should have, probably at least by the mid-season finale, but I absolutely love the end of their story. The Red Machete coming back full circle from the season premiere, and I just love it. The death of Bob was really sad, and we also have kind of the line from Rick, which I thought was just absolutely amazing. It could have been us, which I thought was really cool. And then we also get to see Daryl, and a bit of a cliffhanger at the end of who's with him, which I really did enjoy as well. And we also have Abraham and them leaving for Washington to cure this thing. Yeah, I absolutely love this episode so much. I thought it was really good. But the number 1, easily the best episode of season 5, guys. There is no way I can say it's not. The season premiere. I mean, honestly, the season premiere, season 5, episode 1, No Sanctuary, you had Carol. I mean, Carol herself is amazing in this episode, saving literally everybody in this episode. The group is all back together, even Rick and Carl with Judith, I thought was really cool. We have the amazing destruction of the Terminus location, and Gareth, and I really just think this episode had so much with it. The brutal opening scene, with the throats, I just, oh my god, that was just insane. And then also Martin in this episode, and that is my one gripe. I wish Tyrese would have killed Martin, but this episode had so much awesome. And speaking of awesome, how about the ending with Morgan? I mean, honestly, that was incredible as well. I just love this episode, guys. No Sanctuary, in my opinion, is one of the all-time best episodes of The Walking Dead, as is, some of the other ones on this list as well. But No Sanctuary just blew my mind, honestly. Absolutely loved, all of those episodes near the beginning of season 5. Season 5, episode 1, season 5, episode 2, season 5, episode 3. Those episodes right there are really, really what made season 5 just incredible to me, honestly. So, anyway, guys, I want to hear your opinions and your list down in the comment section below. Maybe your top 5 favorite episodes of The Walking Dead season 5. I would love to hear that from you guys. I want to say a huge thank you for stopping by and watching this video. And, of course, guys, if you're new here, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.